I'm very tired, and I'm not willing to put up with this today.
I'm sorry. Okay. So, when we left off, if y'all recall,
Mm-hmm.
you had just come after a long day. You had come back to your home expecting, when in fact there's a party going down.
I hate this.
In your honor.
We can't skip this party. No.
Now you have
It's in my house.
Then this guy showed up.
He sure did.
This half elf with these glasses, who was already carrying his own glass of wine.
Right, to the party.
To the party.
Awesome.
Like he knew.
Well, I didn't know there was going to be a party, so I came prepared for anything.
And I guess that's... Sure. And I have the map right here. The party.
Yes, we were talking about the map a little bit.
Yeah, we were just discussing some things.
Party strategies.
Yeah.
Some
A shindig stratagem, if you will.
So I figured
And
we'd approach this the old-fashioned way, by rolling initiative.
Hell yeah!
Yeah?
Yeah.
You can.
Add in dexterity or charisma?
That's interesting. Dexterity, just because this is not your ability to approach a situation gracefully, but quickly.
I like
don't
that
know
because
what
I have
your
a plus
dexterity
7 to
is.
dexterity and I have a minus
you've got
1 to
extra
charisma. So
No, Nyx just has 2d20s.
Oh.
Now, if you
I'm-
choose not to go first, you can also
I got
Choose-
21.
Okay.
I got 6.
Okay.
15 for me.
And
15,
15 for me.
Okay.
Oh,
Ooh, wait.
I am not willing to contest this. Tate, you can go first. I don't have the life force to do that.
Okay.
There.
So, looks like the first up is Neramore.
Okay.
And just to go through a rundown of the people you know in here. So you were after Nick showed up, a few more people showed up, and Eldorian quickly introduced everyone to the group. So you at least know everybody's name. Hold on. Hold, please.
Mm-hmm.
I have to pull up everyone's names.
I like that in the preview, at least for me, neither Georgia nor Tag is actually in the frame. So I just see 2 shoulders.
Same.
And a box.
For all I know, the cardboard box behind them is playing. Yeah, sock puppets.
Awesome.
Okay.
Those are your avatars. I like it.
So, you were introduced last time to Sabal Kozira, and got the names right here. Ephron McTurn.
Okay.
So Sabal Kozira is a model, a famous artist model. Ephron is a famous bard. And you were also introduced to... Oh, you were introduced to Eldeth. Eldeth is...
How famous, by the way? Sorry? How famous?
The bard?
Yeah.
Very popular right now. But like in progressive stuff. So
Can you describe a style? Yeah.
Yeah, it's more... he's... Okay. So he does a lot by basically magically looping dwarvish drum beats.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm into that.
He's the Angry Bird
Fantasy hip hop.
of and like dragon sounds and shit. He's the Andrew Bird of fantasy. So Nyx might know about him.
Yeah, probably kind of digs him.
Yeah. Eldeth is Eldorian's old friend, former bandmate. Fanoa, you know who this is? That's Angie Mangrove over there.
Just looking at Fanoa's face. I mean, George's face. I can't tell the difference between you anymore.
Oh, thanks. One of us is a little more of a jerk. You'll never know.
Then, of course, your old buddy Faflaird is over here.
Oh my god, I know where I am. I am bolting.
This is with Sabal.
I'm gonna put a curse on you with Auntie's help.
She came in after. This is actually the current painter working with Sabal. This is a painter who goes by the name Verity. She's a tiefling painter. And there's a composer over here, sort of a more classical composer.
Gosh, sorry, which one is a painter?
This one right here with the pink hair.
That makes sense. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. There's
It's the one that looks like she goes to Montserrat.
Yeah. And over here is Ambril Evenbow, who is a composer, and she's right now speaking with Artemisia and
Here, I just have to put my chopstick.
Callista, though I put her face here, she is fully veiled. But you recognize the veil. Then we have Caleb over here, and Caleb has some associate of his, somebody who works for Meat for Gold, just with him, an assistant. And over here we have the heroes. You know them. They're all over here.
Heard of them.
They've been around.
Yeah, they seem to have split up a little bit, though, right?
Yeah.
Like...
So Constance and Sam are over here. Constance will not be participating today.
Well,
yeah, Lucian and
Itzamna's by herself, though.
What?
Itzamna
is by herself.
I'm all alone.
She's just looking proudly at the whole room.
Yeah.
Just like, look at all these great people.
And so I'm going to actually say that Itzamna, Georgia, you can kind of, I put Itzamna by herself so that you could come up with, if anyone talks to her, you could decide on a reason why. And I will say, for if anyone does go to speak to Lucian and Colin, they are, they know something's up with Zarlathan, and they're checking him out sneakily through the kitchen door. They don't know what's up, but they know something's up.
This was definitely Lucian's idea, and he's definitely just hungry.
Yeah.
Well, no, you know what it probably was? Like, Lucian was like, I'm hungry and we should check this out. And then as soon as Colin saw Zarlathan, it was like, wait a second.
Wait a second. What's going on here?
They're going to have their whole, like, spin-off series start here.
Yeah.
Just the two of them.
I have another question.
Yeah.
I'm full of them today.
And this is their, sorry, this is their manager.
Okay, that was one of my questions.
Yeah. He's
remind me.
Kenku.
Among the heroes, who is like the leader?
The leader of the heroes?
Lucian.
Yeah.
I think that would be me.
It's Lucian.
I mean, it's obvious.
Unofficially, probably Lucian. There's not really a leader. There's an
also officially Lucian.
I think Lucian's the one who thinks of himself as the leader.
It's very democratic.
Yeah, if anyone was going to claim leadership, it would be Lucian.
I don't see anyone fighting him on that.
Yeah, no, everybody's pretty cool with that.
I feel like this is a terrible idea. My feet smell awful.
What? Your feet? Your
Yeah.
feet smell awful.
I've been wearing boots while moving since 10 a.m.
Yo, Georgia, are you gonna put up with that?
Literally, I will put up with anything. Tig carried
I mean, he helped you move.
so much.
That's fair.
Tig helped me carry everything I've ever owned since I was 7 years old into this apartment. He can have whatever he wants. He can put his smelly feet anywhere. No, not on me though.
Almost.
I have limits. I like to think like Itzamna's just kind of like just looking around,
Wow, what
really
a great tower.
just amazed with everything, just like, wow, this tower is just amazing.
It is a cool
And
tower.
everyone's like, okay, we're gonna leave that person alone. So she's kind of unintentionally scaring people away.
I don't believe I'll be talking to her tonight.
They're like, she's having a very good time.
Now, see, I'm kind of conflicted because on one hand, I feel like Miramore would be like, oh yeah, I want to go talk to this other Azamar.
Mhm.
But on the
Makes
other
sense.
hand, I also think she would want to like, this is why I asked, like, go up to Lucian and be like, who are you guys? What is your deal?
Well, the night is young,
The
and
night
you'll
is young.
find very quickly that Itzamna is not a wealth of information at all. So,
I also
I
don't
think-
think that Niramore would necessarily know that Lucian is the leader of the group.
Okay.
If a leader there is indeed.
I guess she would probably just be trying to like figure out who among them, just like based on like body language, like who seems like they're kind of most like comfortable and kind of taking charge just within this
Okay,
situation.
yeah, that's gonna be
If you watched Lucian's body language right now, you would see what is just like obviously an exchange of like years of inside jokes kind of being passed back and forth.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think Lucian is exhibiting leadership quality right now. I think it's just like
No.
time with his best friend.
Yeah, they're just being buddies right now. I think
That makes
this
sense.
isn't like they're not like in a tense
Nerds.
situation right now. This is very casual.
Okay, so they're like
Only
they're
comments
kind of like in a conversation, not really approachable at the moment.
I mean, like they could be approached, but they are very much they're doing something right now. Definitely, they're occupied. Their attention is not on the room.
Because they're looking at Xylophone, right?
Yeah.
they're
Okay,
gazing
here's
at
what-
one another.
I literally
Here's what-
imagine them like peeking around the corner, or like Colin is trying to magically seeing through the wall. And the irony is that they think Zarlathan doesn't know.
So
Amazing.
this is what Miramore is going to do. She's going to walk over to them. I'm not going to introduce myself. I'm just going to kind of walk over and be like, "Hey, are you guys looking at that weird guy in there?"
Yeah. No, sorry.
I'm
Wrong.
gonna grab her and slam her against the wall.
Jesus.
Look, cover.
Excuse me.
Shh, both of you. Shh, shh. I think I almost figured out what's going on with that guy.
What is it?
He's a
What
mind
is it?
flayer.
What?
What?
I'm just gonna like grab both of them and like slowly back away then. Why is there a mind flayer in here?
He's actually pretty okay, but he is a little weird.
That doesn't answer my question at all.
He's not.
Like, right
Is he
now.
really?
Mhm.
You are.
But he is probably listening to you guys at the moment, just so you know.
Shit.
Colin, as soon as you say that, Colin like whips out his book and starts flipping through pages looking for something to try and like block that.
And I'm just like immediately right over his shoulder, like, man, we gotta get out of here. Man, we gotta.
And then they all hear Zarlathan say, "She's right. Sorry."
Oh god, he's in my head. He's in my head.
Yeah,
No,
No, it's cool.
that. But he's
It's
nice.
not cool. This is the literal nightmare. This is the literal nightmare I've had most nights since I was 4.
Hey.
I'm gonna step out into the doorway to the kitchen and look at him. And just wave sheepishly.
I mean, it's not the literal nightmare. That nightmare is more like the voice is telling you, like you're never gonna be able to be the wizard your dad wants you to be.
Oh.
It's true. It is 6 mind flayers telling me that over and over in the dream.
Yeah.
Colin, you got something you want to talk
And
about?
I wouldn't do that.
No.
We'll talk about this. We're gonna talk about this later.
It's weird that you had that when you were 4. You were a pretty self-aware little kid.
Yeah. It's a problem.
Sorry, but really, it's cool. Yeah. I mean, I was hoping that Niramore wasn't gonna spill them, but hey, now that you know,
I have an important.
Oh, is
Sorry,
that
I have a
thing
question.
about him? Sorry.
hey, yeah.
I realize it's not. This is not Colin asking. This is Tag asking Josh.
Okay, yeah. Mhm.
This is the problem with not having a character voice for Colin, really. I realize it's not his turn, but
Yeah.
is it possible Nyx heard the word mind flayer?
I'll allow that.
All right, just gonna quietly note that to myself then.
Actually, here, roll a perception check.
Sure. God knows what his perception is. 18.
Yeah, you heard it.
Shit.
Oh, God.
So from somewhere else in the room,
hear
Nyx
the
was
word
just talking to someone else, and then mid-conversation just went like,
It's a salient word that's an actual thing. It's measurable and it's part of UX.
anyway, carry on.
And then Bulbasaur appeared.
Bulbasaur, who I was very close friends with, because of what type of ball this is.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Friends or something more? Do not
The shape of
look
the
at
heart is
Pokemon in that
suspect.
way.
Remember, you should always love your Pokemon. Just don't love your Pokemon.
Okay, continue.
Colin is trying to stop hyperventilating.
Are you going into
I
labor?
put my hand on his shoulder. Nothing we can do now, friend.
They eat brains.
Hey, no,
Nothing
it's
we can do
okay.
now.
No, I haven't eaten a brain in like a month. I'm good.
Ah.
No, it's cool. It's cool. He was dying anyway. I never. Hey, it's cool. It's cool.
It doesn't feel cool.
Tay, can you roll a wisdom saving throw?
Sure, I gotta switch character sheets, but
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
wisdom save?
Yeah.
Hey, his save is not bad. 21.
Ooh.
Colin Edgewood.
Okay, you feel a moment of calm descend upon you, and then it
I need
dissipates.
to dispel it. I'm freaking out worse now.
Jeez, I thought that would work.
No, that was
Hey, but for real, it's cool. Ask Niramore. We're cool. I just work here. No big deal.
I'm just gonna look at Niramore pleadingly. Is that true?
Yeah,
Is
do
it
you?
fun?
Okay. Do you guys like to eat food? Because that's a thing I just started doing, and he's amazing at making it.
That's a thing I just started doing.
Colin's panic is immediately replaced with curiosity. He's just like,
Ooh.
what do you? Oh, right, because you're the. I have so many questions.
I
Me
had
too,
a
frankly.
rumor. I don't know where that accent
Ours
came
is useless, so we would like to talk to you.
I heard a rumor that you make bagels that are very good.
That's true.
Yeah, near more.
And a bagel floats out with cream cheese on it.
May I?
And by all means, it would be
Is Colin like
Nice, mate.
not so
Colin's starting to chill out a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The wine's hitting him.
He's just like there's too many things. Like he's so curious about everything that's going on around him now that it's like
It's turning neutral.
It's making it so he doesn't have room for panic in him.
Yeah, the jewel crabs have a very complicated group of people around them, huh?
It could also be interpreted as his brain slowly shutting down. That's fine. That's fine.
Take your pick. Most of Colin's body is brain, so that's actually a problem.
Oh, weird.
That is
Yeah, it's super weird.
It's kind of weird.
Oh, that's true.
It's a lot like a mind flayer.
Lucian is very overpowering, and I am wary of the risk of bowling over Niramore's scene, so I'm just going to take a back seat for a moment.
Okay.
And Val, whatever you want to do.
Well, I was actually, Josh, I was going to ask you, were the jewel crabs introduced to them? Like, do we know?
No, we've never gotten to meet them.
So this is the first time meeting the heroes.
Yeah.
But like, do we
It's
know
actually-
that they're going to be our teammates?
Yeah, so you know you're aware of this team. You know who these people are,
I mean, we picked them, yeah.
and you know that you're going to be in competition with them. You're going to be like in a team with them.
Okay.
You've just only met for real now.
Yeah, I think now that he's calming down, actually, Colin probably like holds out a hand to shake yours Niramore, and is just like, I'm sorry about that. I'm Colin Edgewood, and he gets like really quiet because like, you know, he now realizes that he's talking to an unfamiliar person.
Yeah, and she Niramore takes his hand and she says, "Oh, right. Sorry, I'm Niramore. Nice to meet you."
It's nice to meet you. And I'm just like not making eye contact at all.
And she's like, then kind of turns to Lucian. "Hi, I'm Niramore."
Lucian says through a mouthful of bagel, "Lucian Duvra, nice to meet you."
He's Lucian.
It's a good bagel, right?
You're welcome.
Please stop doing that.
It's the only way I can talk.
I like that guy.
Okay, well,
So she, so because Lucian's mouth is full of bagel, she turns back to Colin. So you guys are the heroes, right? We're gonna be working together.
yeah, we're teamed up for the next dungeon, I guess. How's all your research for this next one going?
Research?
And I kind of look over my shoulder towards Moana, and I'm like, well, I'm not sure.
I'm a little confused. We came into the party a little bit late, but wasn't you have a monk on your team? I thought, right?
Yeah, I heard he was a badass. Where is he?
That's me talking. That's Grom, right?
Yeah.
So
Dragonborn, right? Yeah.
well, funny thing, not really funny.
Well, couple things.
He, to make a long story short, he's not part of the team anymore.
You're
What?
kidding. We're 2 days away from the dungeon. How?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
This is in character, right?
It's just a thumb that
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's
You just hear in the distance. Oh my god!
I lost it there,
Is this what food is? This is the best thing I've ever tasted.
She says that about everything.
It's always true.
That's the crazy thing.
Right? Yeah. You know?
So what? You're just gonna stroll in there with only 4 team members?
Well, I think that's against the rules, right?
Gonna
Well-
fuck us over.
Well, I guess we have another team member, but to be honest with you, I haven't even really talked to him yet. And I kind of point towards, just very blatantly, like just kind of point towards Nyx.
Is there any
that
chance
guy.
that either of us have seen Nyx before?
I wouldn't think.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Just wondering.
So you had an alternate then, at least.
I guess so. I don't really know what to make of him, and he's certainly not like the guy who left. So,
Okay. Well, we'll have to adjust our strategy, I guess, a little bit.
The other
I don't
guy
know
was
if
good
we
at
have a
punching. Is this
strategy.
guy good at punching?
maybe you could ask him.
Yeah. Lucian walks off.
God, I love Lucian so much.
So Lucian's gone now.
Bye.
just walks right away. Oh my god. I love him. Oh, sweet idiot boy.
So Colin, so we're supposed to research and have a strategy. That's the thing.
Yeah. Normally you get some information about the dungeon before you go in. So well, this one's a little bit tricky because we're not actually allowed to bring in any magical items. So it makes preparation a little bit trickier at this point in the competition. Excuse me.
Oh, Colin, I'm gonna say Colin's done a little research, and he knows
Of course he has.
that it's a frozen dungeon.
Okay, yeah. So I'll tell Miramore that, and like there's definitely some kind of freezing and ice component. So I mean, we can't bring in anything that would protect us from cold hurting us, but I mean, we can at least know that we need to get very warm clothing and stuff like that. And maybe ice climbing gear was something Lucian was talking about getting. And yeah, I like to, as soon as I know where we're going for a dungeon, see if I can figure out any sort of lore about it, any background information, what kind of creatures might live in it, you know, just to kind of be prepared.
And the heroes are like,
Oh, smart.
Does your team not do that?
Well, I mean, this will only be my second time
Right.
going out with them, but
Of course, that makes sense.
I don't know that we do that, but that's a great idea, and maybe I should be the one who does that.
I mean, maybe since we'll be working together on this next one, I guess you'll have, if nothing else, the benefit of what I've looked into. So there's that. I don't know about the rest of your team. I've never actually gotten to meet you guys before. I've seen a couple of their runs though. They're really creative.
Their runs, their jumps,
I have noticed that
their
about them.
jogs,
I just watch them jog in the morning.
their falls.
So Nirmor is very excited about the idea of like being able to help the jewel crabs in this way, of like knowing ahead of time what we're getting into.
Yeah, I mean, Colin wouldn't know this, but normally that's like pretty much what Moana does for the team.
Okay.
Is like dig real deep into what she can about the dungeons.
she went to a seminar.
Yeah.
Yeah, she went to that seminar.
That's kind of what Niramor would.
And so did the heroes, if you remember.
Oh, the heroes were there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
So
actually.
Moana has met all of them.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, no, you didn't meet them.
Recognize
You
them.
just saw them. They were
Yeah.
there.
Wait. There's no way Lucian went to this.
Unless Colin can
he
fix it,
went. He
right?
wasn't paying attention.
There's no way he was paying attention. He may have physically been there.
Yeah.
But in his mind, it's like a combat video game, like always.
Yeah.
Oh, Abbas.
Oh, you took him out of
Kid?
his box. Her out of her box.
Yeah, the box that I packed her in.
She was so mad, you guys.
Aw.
She was hissing at me.
I had to catch her.
I'm doing an 11-hour drive with my cats tomorrow.
Yeah.
That is rough.
I'm scared of whoever is outside the door right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, she
Anyway,
just shot me so hard.
so I am going to say, now that you've gotten that we should plan things revelation, I'm going to swoop over.
Which is the whole point of the story.
I'm gonna
Well, no, it's her.
go to the next person on the old list.
Oh.
And custom things.
So I have some thoughts
Also,
about what I do have some thoughts about what I'm doing at this party. I think we have the map open next to this, so you don't have to screen share for our benefit right now.
All right.
So
Whoa.
I think initially when we first stepped back into the party, I was kind of sticking to Eldorian and just like having her tell me who everyone was in advance.
Mm-hmm.
I am, now that we've all kind of dispersed a little bit, I am staying away from where she is and where Eldith is for the time being. And I'm generally trying to give Fanoa her space. Because she's made it very clear how she feels about this situation.
I am very kind of I might be the last on the initiative list, but Fanoa is like definitely made a beeline far away to the people who she adores. So you don't have to
I figured, and I'm not like trying to like follow you to talk to you or anything.
I know.
I'm just
saying like I'm not nearby anyhow.
Makes total sense. But I
And
think,
just remember that like 5 minutes in, you're gonna have Lucian walking towards you.
Right, yeah. Well, actually that fits in theoretically kind of well to what I wanted to do, because I think that Nyx, welcome to one of my wheelhouses, you guys. I think he has been making his rounds like all the way around the room, and making sure to introduce himself to every single person he doesn't know. And just keeping like very light, chit-chatty kind of conversation with everyone, and trying to not spending too long at any one person, essentially. So he's definitely trying to make sure that like he knows everyone's
working the road.
He is schmoozing. Like he's schmoozing his brains out. Yeah. And definitely introducing himself to what, just like anyone he passes by. The other thing he is doing is anytime he's kind of going between people and not necessarily directly interfacing with a person, he is looking over at Bix, and if Bix is like catches his eye at any point, he is doing weird little tricks that are just for Bix, like just like literally he's just doing like little sleight of hand things to just be like, and now I have a flower, and then making it disappear before he gets to the next person.
I love that.
Okay, sorry, that's adorable.
Yeah, and I think
that's really great.
I think Bix is, probably staying with Moana, but not really paying attention to whatever Moana is, whoever she's talking to. I think it's sort of following Nyx around the room.
Yeah, so anytime I catch their eye, I'm
not like actually following them.
But, like anytime I catch their eye, I'm just doing some weird little like magic trick.
Love that. Cool.
So that's basically how Nyx is spending this party. But I guess I do have one of the heroes just like marching at me.
Yeah.
Also.
Let's do that.
Right. Hey.
You're going around the room, and then Lucian comes right up to you. You're maybe heading in this direction, and Lucian just cuts you off.
Great. And just hand out goes for it.
Hand
So you can see what I pointed out because I'm not screen sharing, but whatever, it doesn't matter.
That's fine. Yeah, so I absolutely shake your hand and go, "Ah, yes, hello. We haven't had a chance to meet yet. I've been making my rounds around the room."
Lucian takes his handshake a little too seriously and grips like really hard.
I grip very gently. It's not like a fish hand, but it's just like a very dainty kind of.
I'm so tempted to have Lucian do the scratch. He does
Don't
not
you
do the
fucking dare.
He's not gonna do the scratch.
Have Lucian kiss it. Just kiss the hand gently. And then just be like, I'm sorry, I got confused. I don't know where to go with that.
So Lucian's gripping your hand hard, and he kind of pulls you close. He's like, "I heard you're the new monk. Welcome."
No, that's not exactly how I would describe myself. No.
You're the new punch boy. We're the punch boys in the
The
next
new punch boy.
No,
in the next level.
I'm the new. No, I'm.
Nix at least holds up a glass of punch and goes, "Well."
Well
It's
done.
actually wine. If you.
Yeah, right.
There's wine in here. It's much
Not
better
the
than what I came in
wine,
with.
boys.
No, I'm.
Winey
I'm
boys.
the alternate for the jewel crabs, but I'm not a monk by any means.
You're not the punch boy though.
No, I believe we have a paladin for that.
Are you the new leader though? Because the last one was kind of the leader, yeah.
I wouldn't know. Maybe.
Actually, well, if you're the new leader, I look forward to leading our groups to success together.
Right. You're one of the young heroes.
Yes, I'm one of the heroes.
Eldorian, I believe, told me your name is Lucian.
Lucian DeVry, yes, that's me.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Nick Stormrider, by the way.
Nice to meet you,
Well,
Nix.
Nick's Storm Raider.
That's what Lucian says on the inside. Oddly, that's Lucian's voice on the inside too.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you. I'm looking forward to meeting. Excuse me, to delving into the dungeon with you. I was thinking, I might get a sword for this. Do you think I should get a sword? I think I would look dashing with a sword. And how wonderful to bring one into the dungeon.
Lucian steps back and like eyes you up and down. Like, yeah, you look great with a sword.
Thank you.
Lucian thinks that about everybody.
Yeah. Also,
Everybody genuinely does look pretty much better with a sword. It's
Uh-huh.
just a
That is
weird
true.
fact of humans.
yeah,
Bravo.
what kind of sword do you think you're gonna bring in?
I don't know. I've had a bit of practice with a light sort of rapier. Can handle something a bit more hefty as well, though.
Yeah, you should probably handle something more hefty.
Like a long sword, you think?
Yeah, nothing small for a man like you. Oh God, that got weird. Sorry.
This whole conversation from start to finish is like taking on a totally different tone.
One of these two people is for sure flirting.
Which one?
One.
Don't know who.
It's Nyx, you guys.
Well, listen, I
kind of
get it.
is too.
Lucian's gorgeous.
Lucian's fucking handsome as hell. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I just totally derailed myself there.
Well,
they're both
as I said, I'm just sort of making my rounds about the room, meeting everyone. It's been lovely speaking with you.
Yeah, I mean, you before we part, I just want to make sure you what is your my team has been doing a lot of research. Lucian is trying to channel Colin as best as he can right now. My team's been doing research, and I wonder if your team has been doing it as well, the jewel crabs. And
Well, to be honest, I've been thrown into this a bit last minute. It seems it was rather unexpected to have.
yeah, I heard about the last leader, your last good punch boy. Yeah.
Sure. So I haven't had a chance yet. Although over the next 2 days, I do hope to do quite a lot of looking into where we're going myself. I'm not sure.
Well, I'm
maybe
sure our
look at-
teams can put our heads together and
well,
share
I
some
would
knowledge
love
if you'd
to find
like.
out. Yes.
We have one of the best brains I've heard he's 90% brain, actually.
What?
Charming. And that would be young Colin Edgewood, yes?
Yeah, that's my mate Colin. Yeah.
Right, the wizard. I did want to speak to him.
By all means, he's one of the finest people out there. Yeah.
Well,
Finest.
Always wingman for life. Yeah. He doesn't actually say that.
it'll be very exciting to go into the dungeon with a fine arcane mind such as him.
Yeah. Arcana and such. Yeah, well, I hope you
That's the
pack
one.
a heavy coat. Get yourself ready for a nice cold trip. All right, see ya. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
Mission wanders off. Probably back to his college.
Strange boy.
Strange, handsome boy.
Next, want to talk to anybody else before we move on?
Oh gosh, do I?
That was a solid conversation.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that happened. I guess I would sort of like to go and sit over by Callista's group.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming Eldorian would have told me, like, pointed her out to me.
Yeah.
How is Callista in this room?
She's got her veil on.
Oh.
Curious question for you, Josh.
Yeah.
Do my glasses protect me from her?
So her power isn't radiant.
Yeah. I just didn't know if they would help at all.
Yeah, no, the glasses are sort of a anti-magic screen. Yeah, and they're very specific to her particular power, which I would actually say is probably closer to psychic damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So curious right now.
Good to know. Okay. I'll just go sit with them.
Okay.
Hello, I hope I'm not intruding.
And Artemisa looks at you and says, Nix,
Artemisia.
what the hell are you doing here?
Well, that's one
It's
of the
been-
charming things about me, darling. I sort of go wherever I want.
What you do is you disappear for years. You don't even
Well-
write.
The only way to arrive in a new place is to leave the old one.
Sorry. Callista, this is Nix. I've told you about him. We used to be in a band together. Nix, Callista.
Artemisia and I go way, way back. She is a wonderful person, and I have missed her very dearly, as much as she doesn't like to admit that maybe she feels the same way. But Callista, it is an absolute honor to meet you. I'm a big fan, actually.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm afraid I'm not wearing any of your pieces at the moment, but I do own a few.
Well, it's always nice to meet someone who appreciates good work done well. You know, she's told me a lot about you, and
I promise I deny everything.
well, I look forward to working with you.
And are you? I'm sure this must all be quite a shock for you. It's, if I'm honest, a bit for me as well. I didn't expect to be sort of called up, if you will, but needs must.
It is. You're right. It is. It's very irregular. I hope you're a good fit. I've invested a lot of money into this team.
I understand.
And I hope that my investment is not for naught, though. One advantage, I would say, is, well, Grom was very good, but he wasn't the most eager to wear my clothes. So I'm hoping that, from what I've heard, that you won't have any problem with it. So
None whatsoever.
as far as business goes, I'm sure we'll do very well together. I hope that you fit
I
in
think
with
so as well.
the team. I've come to a and she glances over at Moana for just a split second. I've come to be a fan myself of this team, and
Ooh.
and Artemisia says, "Oh my God, sorry. This is Ambril Evenbow. She's
I
a
was about to
composer."
ask. I'm so sorry for being rude.
Now what does she sound like? No, it is. It's okay. It's not a problem. No, why does she sound Russian now? It's because I was reading a book. Everyone was Russian. No,
Doesn't matter what book.
I started
always-
trying to
we always leave a
no,
book
you
with
know
a
what?
Russian
No,
accent.
she's I know where she's from. It's not a problem. It's she's German.
Nice choice.
Thanks. It's not a problem.
Went Russian again.
Russian.
I let my music be the presence that I don't have normally.
Huh. Wonderful.
That is, but anyway, it became
Is
a little
there-
more Russian still.
Sorry,
But
is there any
anyway,
chance
Xavier,
that I'm...
yeah, we are right here. This is the accent. Okay.
There you are. Is there any chance I've heard of her at all?
Roll a intelligence check. Roll a history check.
Ooh. Gosh, I would love to. Nat 20.
Yeah, you've heard of her.
Ah!
She's actually a very well-known composer. Her style is more similar to what you'd call Baroque.
Yeah.
And she is from the country of I know all the countries in my game. Who said I didn't? Who's
Bonjour.
Clearly
no?
not
She's
fun.
actually from
I want to read
she's
it.
from
Bonjour.
Sudkust.
Say again, please.
Sudkust.
Okay. Can you in the chat give me that name and with the nat 20 that I got on that history check? Can I also have the name of one of her compositions? I'm sorry to put you on the spot this
Also,
way.
both those U's have umlauts. It's Südküste.
Yeah.
And one of her compositions is
You guys, Grum would not have had nearly this much fun at a party.
Oh.
If Ron were here, though, Lucian would have had more fun.
Fair. So I'm going to how do I want to phrase this? Well, you know, it's funny. I've actually been a bit of a fan of yours as well ever since I first heard the Peryton Suite in D minor. I'm afraid that my own music is hardly up to snuff as far as classical training, but I've tried my hand at a few of your compositions, and they're wonderfully complex. It must be hard for you being so far from home. I understand Südkust is beautiful this time of year.
Oh yes, this is it is the flowering season. It's a beautiful time of year. You know, it's funny. I actually wrote the Spring Lord Cometh. You know my symphony, the Spring Lord Cometh.
I'm familiar. Yes.
I wrote that about during the flowering season. It was
Wonderful.
Yes, it was. It's an earlier piece. It's a little trite, but I am a fan of even my earlier works because they inform who I am now as a composer.
Absolutely. An artist's entire body of work matters.
That is so true.
Well, I didn't mean to...
Artemisia, I like your friend. He understands the artistic process. Are you an artist yourself?
Oh, I'm afraid the term feels a bit lofty for what I do, but I've been known to dabble.
Well, I'm sure if you were able to play the Periton suites, then you are clearly someone who is skilled at least in your instrument. I did not make that fun easy.
Well, I take that as a great compliment from you. Ladies, do excuse me. I've been trying to make sure I get my rounds with everyone, and I didn't mean to interrupt your conversation. And
No, it's fine.
Artemisia,
I know how
please,
you are at parties.
please let us catch up before the end of the night a bit. Yes? It's been so long.
Sure.
Lovely. And I'll just sort of briskly get away from them.
Artemisia, and you know this, and I'll say this. This is something you know, and you can tell. So, like, Artemisia knows your games.
Uh-huh.
Probably more than anybody else.
He would.
But she'll let you do your thing for now. Okay, now moving on to Moana.
Beeline straight for Callista.
Nice. So,
It's possible I was there for that whole conversation with
I'm
Nix
gonna
just now.
say we'll just say that in the timeline.
I would absolutely not have wanted to ignore Moana if she was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say for the sake of the timeline, there was some reason why Moana was talking to Bix.
Maybe we'll find out. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll move somewhere in a minute.
Yeah, okay. It happened at separate times. We'll say that. We'll decide after whether it was before or after.
All right.
Yeah.
But
you-
first
so you
things
can-
first, I'm heading straight there. I'm sorry?
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
Moana, it's so good to see you.
Hello, Callista. It's good to see you too.
I hope you're having a pleasant time. We put out a nice spread for you. It's the tower. It's a big tower, but it's I'm not used to having this many guests over. Though I've been trying lately. I wanted to start something of a collective of these guests here. They'll actually be staying with us. Right over here we have my good friend Ambril Evenbow.
Oh, it
She's
is
a composer.
very nice to meet you.
It is a pleasure to meet you as well, Ms. Moana, and your friend as well. Who is this little frogling?
Bix, introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Bix.
This is my little one, Bix.
Bix is clearly distracted by something.
Exactly.
Well,
What is it that you do, Miss Ambril?
well, I am a composer, actually. That got a little Bix. I'm actually a composer. It is I do a variety of different songs in the Elvish Baroque style. Are you familiar?
I have never heard it, but I have read about it in many books on music theory. I grew up in somewhat of a quiet environment, not much music.
Well, that is a shame because you can never truly appreciate a song until you've heard it. There's only so much a book can teach you about music. You have to feel it. You have to experience it. In that way, you can read a million romances about love, but until you've loved, well, you'll never truly know how it feels. It's very similar. Yes, that is what they say. If you and Bix would like to sit with us, I can scoot over.
Oh,
If it,
if it's not a
would be
bother,
uncomfortable.
yes, please, thank you.
no, it's fine. I know. hopefully these veils they have a few extra enchantments on them, so proximity shouldn't be too much of a problem.
La la.
And you're sitting next to her, and the couch isn't that big, so Bix is sort of sitting squeezed in the side, and Bix is kind of hanging over the side of the couch, like on the couch arm, and you are basically as close to Callista as you've ever been for an extended period of time.
Bix,
Yes, Mama?
Bix, are you looking at the table of food? You can go get a little bit of food if you want, as long as you bring it back here.
And Bix isn't, but then Bix notices the food, and Bix says, I can, Mama?
Of course.
Anything I want?
Anything you want.
Okay. And then Bix hops down and just kind of frog leaps over to the food. Wow, Bix has become... They're really growing, aren't they?
They really are. Yes. Oh, I've been meaning to talk to Artemisia about oh, my dear Artemisia, I have so been meaning to talk to you about perhaps some new clothes for Bix, because they're growing so fast. You see those long legs? It's like they're growing more every day.
You know, you're right. Well, you know what I could do? We're actually working on a new line for children, which actually is it's a grow with you line. That's what it's called. It's a especially enchanted clothes that basically, as you grow, they continue to fit up until a certain size.
That's fantastic. We would love to try that.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, it'd be great to if you don't mind. It is sort of a new enchantment, but if you would be willing to let us test them on Bix, then yeah, absolutely.
Seems safe. Question for you, and I'm sort of asking, I think, across Callista. I'm kind of like, I think Artemis is sitting kind of on the other side, right? So
yeah, Artemis is. So you're on the sofa with Callista, and Artemis is in an armchair.
Okay. So I'm gonna lean forward and talk to Artemisia. I'm like, you've made clothes for many children, right? Do you, in your experience? Yeah, I'm having a hard time asking this because Bix is so unusual, different. How tall do you think Bix will get? Is there a way to tell?
Well, it's hard to say. Usually, you can. It's sort of like puppies. Their hands and feet are usually bigger, but Bix's hands and feet are like frogs have.
They're quite big.
They are quite big. It's tough. Grungs and bullywugs, they're not that. They usually don't get taller than 5 feet. Grungs usually only about 3 feet. So probably between those, if I had to guess. I don't know what blood is stronger on his mother or his father's side. I kind of think we'll have to wait and see.
Okay. I've just always been curious. I wonder if they're already close to the size that they will be, or if they have more growing to go. No.
It's definitely hard to predict that sort of thing. Though, I mean, there are certain ways to get simple information like that.
Oh?
I've used them.
Like what? Like divining?
Well, yeah. When I was very young, my mother was an augur, and she knew exactly how tall I was going to grow. Actually, she had all of our clothes made ahead of time. She actually taught us how to make our clothes. That's actually It's funny. That's what got me into it. We used to weave back back in the old days. Weaving, it was something that wasn't done on a you didn't hire someone to do the weaving for you. You did all of your own weaving, and you made all of your own clothes. And it was the weaving itself that gave you insights. You could start, there were certain enchantments you could weave into a cloth that would tell you you're going to need it. And also you could sort of intend for yourself, and when you wove it, what shape it wanted to be sewn into. And so a dress would, in a way, make itself. Though it's been a long time since anyone's used that kind of divining. It's been many, many years.
That is fascinating. Callista, have you ever heard of such a thing?
Well, I've only heard about it from Callista. Well, wait, I was talking as Callista. Do you mean?
Yeah, I was asking Callista if she'd ever heard of it. Yeah.
Callista was the one who said that. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought Artemisia was. Okay.
No.
Yeah, Artemisia, have you ever heard of such a thing?
I've only ever heard of it from Callista.
That's really
But-
fascinating. I'd be
I
very
mean,
interested.
you know how experienced Callista is. Artemisia, you can say it. I'm very old. Yeah. So there's probably a lot that's been lost to history since that time.
That is fascinating. Callista, has anyone recorded this in books?
Not that I know of, but if I could show you the technique.
I like, so we're sitting side by side, but I turn as much as I can to like square off to her. It's like,
We should collaborate on this. This information should not be lost to the ages.
I think you're right. There's so many things my mother taught me that after she died, I feel that I'm probably the only one who remembers. Maybe it's time. Maybe I should put that information in a place where other people could benefit from it.
Teach me all about it, and I want to write it down, and we can record it and decide if we want to publish it together.
Well, all right. I think we'll do that. It's a date. And Artemisia looks at both of you and grins. And Ambrose says, it was my mother who taught me my scales. But of course, that's all in books. I'm not quite so well lived as a host here. But, if there's any musical information, anything, I'm so interested in the classical ages of music. I'd be so happy to learn if there's anything like that, to learn that from you as well, Callista. And Callista says, of course.
I shoot a dirty look at her.
I'd be
By
happy
the way,
to,
y'all, we were
share
muted over here, but as soon as you Callista said it's a date,
we were like,
I saw it in your faces. I saw it in your faces.
But of course, like I said, I think it's time I started sharing what I know. And now I'm gonna switch over. Unless do you have anything else you wanted to say?
No, I think maybe after I've spent some time, like before Nyx comes over, I'd probably go over to like check out the artist, but I probably don't like really engage in conversation. I think I'm kind of floating on cloud 9 because Callista said date.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And yes, Miramar, we can have a moment at the end if you'd like.
For sure. Okay. Fanoa.
Uh-oh.
Did we unmute?
Yeah, we're unmuted.
Get in there. Go get him, kid.
Sorry, I just want to make sure this is this outlet isn't actually charging my
Oh shit.
computer.
The fun things you get to learn about new apartments.
Yeah, that's kind of strange.
That's extremely strange. Did you try the other one as well?
What? Another outlet?
The two. They're there.
Yeah, I tried both of them. Sorry.
So try for another one.
Is there a light switch connected to them?
Oh, possibly.
Maybe.
Can you try that thing? Nope. You just keep flicking light switches, and I'll tell you if it works. Gonna plunge us into darkness. Nope. That is the garbage disposal. So don't flick that one. So sorry, is it Fanoa? Oh. Or it's Somna.
There's a dance bar. No, it's Fanoa. Guess there's some dancing happening.
Fanoa is breaking it down.
No, I was just talking about CJ.
I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, so no.
Oh
Can you
no.
be
Q.
Sorry.
No.
No. This is really disconcerting. Nope. Nope. Sorry. So it's okay. I have enough battery to last, but I'm just kind of upset that apparently none of the outlets in my kitchen work.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like really distracted right now. Sorry.
That's fine.
I'm sure I'll figure it out. So yeah, so Fanoa has made a beeline to Auntie Mangrove as soon as she sees her. It's okay. We have enough power. Yeah. Well, there's one right there. Let me try that one.
Yeah, I'll try. Just
Auntie Mangrove
so-
says, Fanwa! And she
Auntie Mangrove! She just runs and just like leaps into her arms. Doink! And just wraps arms around her. Like, ah! I'm so glad to see you!
She hugs you
Still in common.
and kisses you on both cheeks because she missed you.
Yay! So I'm just
and
really
she said, and
Have
she
you been
looks
keeping
you,
up? Have you watched
and
the... Have you watched everything?
she holds you, your face in her hands, and she looks right into your eyes and she says, "What's wrong? I can tell there's something wrong."
Oh, I lost one of my friends, not in a bad way, but in it's fun. Okay, cool. That's weird. I feel like it's gonna be one of the switches somewhere. I lost a dear friend who was part of the team, and we were really close, and they replaced him with that. I kind of
and she looks over your shoulder.
nod over there.
Says, "Oh, that's no good."
Yeah. It's no good, Auntie Mangrove, I'll tell
She
you.
looks around the room and is like, "Oh no, it wasn't Grum, was it?"
Yeah,
Oh,
my friend Grom.
oh.
But he's doing okay, I think, where he is, but I miss him so much already, and I don't know how I'm gonna face the rest of everything without my friend. We used to make gumbo slash whatever he called it in the kitchen together with that guy. And I like nod over
Where there's outlets that work.
with those outlets. God, this is so upsetting.
I'm sorry, that's a very fresh wound.
So yeah, it's just it's gonna be rough going forward. But at least I know he's okay, you know. I think. I
Are you
hope.
speaking to her in Elvish?
Yeah.
I just noticed.
I switched
She's
over
got a
once I
weird
started
accent
talking
in
shit
both
about
languages,
Nyx.
So,
So
she just her voice is the same in both
Sure
languages.
can.
She's got a much older accent. But she says, Fanoa, it's tough, you know. Life is, especially for us, you know, elves, we live so long. So much of it is saying goodbye. Too much, if you ask me. I've lived a very long time, you know that. I've had to say goodbye to a lot of people.
I know, but it doesn't make it easier.
No, it doesn't. But you know what? I don't know where your friend is gone, but you know he's still with you.
No. And I show, I don't show her, but I kind of hold the dragon scale that I wish I was wearing right now.
And I am so proud of you. Is it going to affect the contest? Oh no, because you replaced him. Well,
I think he would just want me to do the best that I can, in spite of anything. And he was always kind of 3 steps ahead, just having an adventure. So I think the more that I enjoy myself and the more I try to strategize, you know, I think he's gonna be there with me, cheering me on in a sense.
That's not what she meant.
Hmm?
Sorry, no, Q was writing a thing. That's not what she meant.
No,
I thought that was what she meant.
No,
she
was
no, trust me. That's my feeling toward Eldorian right now.
Yeah. No, Angie
Eldorian's in some hot gumbo water.
I didn't mean, that there's a replacement for him. I just mean that the contest will continue, I guess. But I don't imagine it to be the same.
Yeah.
I didn't really talk to Graham, but I saw you working with him in the. I've been watching every show, every time you go into the dungeon.
Seeing me kill it, just killing it left and right.
Absolutely, and you two seem to be good friends. It's so hard. The hardest part of life is saying goodbye to people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the burden that we as elves have to bear more than anybody else. It's the reason why our people in Luxiana, we keep to our swamps. We don't go out into the outside world. Sometimes, like your father, he took your mother in, and she lived for as long as she lived. But he's always been good at not being too attached. Too good, if you ask me. It's important to be attached to people.
Yeah, he definitely is very good at not being attached.
Yeah, that's one of his flaws. That's why he'll never be one of the great druids. I'm sorry to say.
It's true. It kind of
He's a
works for
great-
me
he's
in
a
a
good
sense.
druid.
Not breathing down my neck on anything.
Yeah. To an extent, I heard
That's your
he
job.
paid you a visit. I heard he recently paid you a visit. I had a talking to him. Don't you worry about that.
I knew you'd get in there and punch him around, Auntie.
I did. I told him she has got to do this, and he said, "Oh, she did all the other stuff," and I said, "She's on her journey." The druid,
Respect the
just like
journey.
you and me, you got to. And she looks at you again. She says, "Wait, there's something else. I didn't notice it at first because of you had sadness weighing you down. But beyond that,
I know, I'm a little hungry.
And she, no, and she looks at you like, and there's this moment where there's her eyes fill with just, and she's almost like tearing up, and she's like,
Oh,
Fanoa, you flew, didn't you?
yes! Can I?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely turn into something that can fly and just jump around the room like, woo! Auntie, look!
Vix is immediately going to be distracted by this.
Yes.
never thought I'd see that day. I mean, I used to leave you.
And turn into a little sparrow and just
You-
woo!
About how
Don't you turn yourself into an insect.
you know.
Instinct
Honestly,
might take over.
I knew you'd get there someday. But man, were you dragging your feet? But you did it.
Wow, thanks for the vote of confidence.
I'm sorry. I know. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm overwhelmed. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, so
You're a
I
druid
kind of
now.
come back down and I turn back just so I can continue the conversation.
You're a druid now. A real
I've been a
druid.
druid, but yes, thank you.
But you've completed. You have. You remember I told you the story of the first druid.
Mm-hmm.
The first druid. She was an elf, and the druid queen. 100 years as a fish, as a deer, and then 100 years as a bird in the sky. I told you that. Do you remember that story, Fanoa? I told you it so many times.
Please fucking remember that story.
It
Come
doesn't matter.
on.
What it means.
I'm sorry, it used to.
Experience.
Sorry, it used to put me to sleep. I used to just fall asleep after the first few sentences.
I know. It's fine. The point is,
I
you've
know.
done it.
You used to fall out of your hammock.
You've conquered the 3 Buddhism. You've walked and you've swum and you've flied. There's nothing.
I flied.
There's nothing you can't do now, Fanoa. I'm so proud of you. And she hugs you again. And I'm so sorry that this good news is mixed in. You should be celebrating, happy and proud, but has to come with this loss. It's not fair. It fucking sucks. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be saying it.
Auntie!
But sometimes
Auntie, you're gonna have to go home and put a copper piece in the swear jar.
I know. Copper piece. I was on such a good streak. I haven't had to put a copper piece in that swear jar in 300 years.
It's all the little kid that makes it really hard. You just gotta let one out sometime. Yeah, I'm gonna find some food to eat. But I'm gonna come right back. And
Absolutely. Well, I
and-
mean, look at you. When's the last time you had a good meal? A good
meal?
bonjour meal.
Too long,
Look at
Auntie.
you.
Too long.
Your skin and bones. Let's get you
Yeet.
some.
Yeet.
Okay.
All right.
And we'll conclude that scene there.
Get up and go get some
That's
food
cool
and
with
just
you.
start
Yeah,
stuffing
go
my
get
face.
some food. And
I just imagine a scene where you and Bix get up to get food at the same time and you both reach for the same thing on the same plate and you have a moment of just like, who's gonna get this cookie?
Bix?
Yeah, Bix.
Bix just saw me turn into a bird, so I think he's like pretty amazed with me.
Yeah, but food
Also,
though.
Fanoa would never let that go. Are you kidding me?
What, a cookie? No, a
Yeah.
cookie it would be okay. But if it was like a really good spicy piece of meat or something, I'd be like, listen here.
It would be a
you little tadpole.
outgoing Zach situation.
absolutely. Okay. So you said Miramore and Moana wanted to have a minute? So we say?
Yeah.
All right.
So
You guys
I
can-
literally, I just want to have like a really quick little moment with Moana. Just, I don't know.
That's cool. You can. You still got some time, and you're technically, as it were, is on to the second round, and it's your turn now.
D&D.
So I just,
We're in a social
We
battle.
follow the rules around these parts.
I super love this whole thing where Miramore thinks love is what Fanoa told her it was, which was
Oh yeah, that's right.
What? Remind me what that is?
it's when Kalista makes her like kind of like freeze up a little bit.
Oh, right.
After Milana's been talking to Kalista, Miramore's just gonna go over to her and be like, Milana, I saw you talking to Kalista earlier.
Yes. Yes, she and I are very close.
Do you also feel in love with her when you speak to her?
Do I also feel in love?
It's scary, isn't it?
Moana's really weirded out right now.
Miramore just thinks it's really cool.
It is very scary. What is it that you feel when you see Callista?
Well, the feeling like I almost can't move, and Fanoa explained it to me. It's wild.
What did Fanoa tell you?
Oh, I'm
That-
slipping into like Auntie Mangrove here.
Sorry.
What did Fanoa tell you?
What did Fanoa tell you?
What did Fanoa tell you? Lay it on me.
Follow me now.
What did Fanoa tell you?
That that's what love feels like.
It is Nirama. It is what love feels like. But she's also a Gorgon. Are you familiar with that?
No. I'm not.
If she, you see.
And I gesture over to her and she's across the room. And I look at her like just sort of lovingly for a moment.
You see how she wears a veil. If you were ever to look at her eyes without the veil, you would be paralyzed. Some say you could even be turned to stone.
With love, though, right?
Maybe. But that's not, a typical love that you'd feel for, just about anyone else. Do you understand?
Not exactly.
Niramo, what you're feeling is not love.
Oh, are you sure? Are you positive? I mean, Fanoa was with me when it happened. Like, she seemed pretty convinced.
Right. Yeah, I don't think what you're feeling is love. I think what you're feeling is her Gorgon powers, maybe. I'd be happy to talk to you about this more at another time if you'd like. I actually need to go talk to Callista about something now, so
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Moana, you seem to be a very knowledgeable person. I don't know the right, as Val, I don't know the correct word to use there. But,
yeah, person's fine.
You're obviously a very intelligent, knowledgeable person. So how? I know the concept of love. I remember that. How
dare you?
I'm very confused.
Rude.
Sorry, Val, I wasn't saying that to you. I was saying that to Jason.
Yeah. You're most just trying to figure this out. Like, she's got a lot of stuff going on.
You know, Nirama, I've read a lot of books, and I'm knowledgeable about books. And there are some things that you can read about, but you'll never understand until you actually feel them in your heart. And I know that is confusing right now, but I promise when you feel love, it won't feel like paralysis, and it won't feel like your body stops. It'll make you feel like you're more alive than you've ever been. It is the way you're feeling, that shock when Callista turns a gaze upon you. It is, imagine that, but instead of seizing up, you feel just your heart racing and your blood pumping, and you feel yourself just full of life. It is more like that. I fear Fanoa may have been maybe not giving you the entire truth.
Well, but that's how I felt when I ate for the first time.
Oh, eating is very good. I don't know if I'd call that true love, but Fanoa might argue with me on that one. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So I guess maybe I'm not in love.
That's probably right.
Huh.
That's probably the case.
That's probably the
Okay.
case. I should maybe back off.
That's probably true.
All right.
God, I hate that Moana's this petty, but I think this is the only way she can react.
No, this is perfect. Because the way I see it, Niramore is just super interested in like reconnecting with her meat body. All right. Thank you, Moana. I'm still kind of a little confused, but I should probably tell Fanoa so that she doesn't think she's in love with Callista as well.
Maybe I should talk to Fanoa as well. Little shit starter. So thank you for asking me, Niramo. I'm glad that you feel like you can ask me these things, and I hope you feel free to ask me anything anytime. I know being alive is a very complicated thing, and nobody's perfect at it, but I've been around for longer than you, so if I can help, please let me know.
Thank you. I also think I think we should research the next dungeon.
I think that's a fantastic idea. You said the R word and I'm in.
Yeah.
To the library.
The guy over there, he was saying like research and strategy, and there was ice, and it seems like a good idea. I liked it.
Yes, we should do that. Yes. Let's talk to Eldorian next, see what she can tell us, and then we'll head to the library, okay?
Awesome. That's all I wanted
All
to
right.
do.
And then I go back to Callista and like just stand as close as I can to her.
And Callista says, "Do you want to sit back down?"
Yes, I do.
She indicates.
So that's probably when Nyx went over there.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Nyx may have just maybe it's probably like Nyx just left as you were sitting down.
Cool. Hey, what was his deal?
I mean, he's
Hard to say.
He seems like a very charming young half elf. I like his style. It's a little more punk rock than I'd prefer. But you know, we tend to do a little our Callista brand tends to be a little more sophisticated.
Polished.
But you know, he's got his own style and look, and I can respect that.
And quick, before we, I know we're getting close to the end here, but like, what is Nyx's look? I don't think I have a.
Hey, describe Nyx's look.
Yeah.
I want to see a picture of Nick.
Georgia
I'm in
did
love
do
with
it.
him, but you know.
We only kind of briefly described Nyx.
We kind of just passed over it. Georgia did do a quick sketch of Nyx, but it's a bit more
It's a doodle.
yeah, it was like a quick.
Yeah, but
quick
if
thing.
it's a Georgia doodle, it's like massive,
It is wonderful.
masterful.
Don't get me wrong.
It has Fanoa in the
Masterful.
back, just seething.
Yeah, Fanoa's in the back seething with a spear in hand. So
Watch out, Nyx.
Angled,
Do you have it on you,
very
Georgia,
close.
Is it in
so
a box,
obviously,
or can we look at it?
I'm sure it's in a box, right?
What?
The drawing.
Oh, that was on receipt paper. That's
Oh.
long gone.
Oh,
but
I-
I have the photo of it.
Yeah, she did.
Don't worry.
Okay.
It
She did.
Post it
She
to the
did send
group.
it.
We need
Yes,
to
In
see
the group.
what Nyx official
Okay,
looks like.
I'll
I
put it right on the Facebook right now.
The like the way she drew him isn't probably how I would actually describe his look for the most part.
I'm gonna go on here.
Yeah.
I would
he
say
is-
Georgia draws moods more than anything else.
Yeah, that's
She
draws
fair.
moods.
I mean,
Fair.
she's a storyboard artist.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
yeah, it's my career. No big.
But Nyx is very, very tall and lanky. I would probably describe him as like wiry in build.
Hmm.
Obviously,
Lucian
like
was
an
probably
actor.
visibly disappointed walking towards him, huh?
yeah, like he does
That's
not
one thing.
look like a punch guy in any way.
Uh,
Obviously, he is always wearing these goddamn sunglasses.
Yep.
He has
Love it.
very, very
I love it.
long. He has very, very long black hair, which is just kind of like very messily and loosely, just kind of like pinned up behind his head with like a stick. But like, there's still a bunch of it kind of in his face.
God, I hate him.
And
Yeah,
I hate him and love him so much.
It's awful.
and he is he's wearing a lot of blacks and light grays in this outfit that it has like a high neck, but it's not like clasped in any way, so like it's open for a bit in the front.
Deep.
And around
For a bit.
what's up?
I said deep V.
Deep V.
It's a pretty deep V.
V
Um,
plunge.
And in a number of like around his upper arms and around his chest and like his waist, it's all very tight. And then as things end, like down near the ends of the sleeves and around his waist and stuff, it gets much more kind of flowy.
God, I'm such a Nick fangirl already.
Oh my God, Georgia.
Did you put it on the group?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, let me see.
Sparkles and everything.
So
Yeah.
good. I've
I
looked
guess,
at it a bunch of times and I want to look at it again.
Oh my god.
love it.
Love it.
I was gonna say, so when we had like the in-person meetup, I was drawing all of our characters, including Grom, and then so like I had this nice like little group picture thing.
Oh,
And I was like, no.
I'm
Ron
so
was
sorry.
ripped from our hands.
That's still meaningful.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
is.
It's a memory.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, when he first came in, Nyx also would have been carrying a big wooden case that has kind of like backpack straps that he's just kind of like left near the door to be out of the way.
There's for sure a
Um,
musical instrument in there, right?
Yeah.
There is actually separately a case
Ah.
that looks like probably a music instrument.
Q. For the
what was he
case,
doing?
just imagine Ginkgo's case.
Oh, perfect. Awesome.
What was that
So a
about?
medicine chest.
Yeah, basically, essentially.
Basically.
Yeah, I'm curious. Like, what was he doing that he's now wrapped up in this whole thing? Like, he just kind of appeared on a dime and like.
I think we're gonna
suspect
figure
you'd
that
have to
out.
ask him.
Good question. Yeah.
Yeah, Niramore would probably have to ask him that.
Okay,
Yeah, she would.
she will. She's very like she's inclined to want to like Nyx, but she's not sure yet. So she's definitely gonna.
Oh, she's like Molly's
interrogate him.
attitude towards me.
She's one of those.
I want to like you, but I'm
Everything,
not
just
sure.
everything.
Yeah, I mean, I would be delighted if anyone else, NPCs included, wanted to chat with him. Like, as far as I'm concerned, he's just kind of like wandering in the room and talking to whoever has a moment. But
Yeah, even if we do like a one-on-one, like Miramore really wants to
Yeah, I'd be
talk
into
to
that.
him and get to know him.
That totally fits Niramore's character too.
totally.
Yeah.
Well, because she doesn't know if he's considered one of these jewel crabs that she's meant to kind of be with or not.
It's an interesting question for her, for sure. And
Yeah.
I mean, he would have no idea what that means, really. 'cause
Yeah,
he just got here.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But I like it. I like it as a dynamic because now there's like two characters who are kind of like outsiders coming in. So
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
He hasn't been making any particular effort, like, during this party to talk to you guys. Like, he's trying to keep away from Fanoa for the most part.
No one's going to stop it.
Like,
And
If he comes near.
and also, like, I think he kind of figures, like, oh, I'll have time to talk to them.
Yeah.
Don't take us for granted.
Granite.
yeah,
Don't
then
take us
they'll
for
just
granted,
turn to the
Nyx.
past on you all of a sudden.
Man, I'm glad none of you talked to Eldeth because, like, I've been meaning for her to sound like Joan Jett, but I haven't mastered that yet.
Yeah. Oh god.
That's good though.
If I'm honest, I would kind of like to have a quick, like, go over to her before the end of the party, but I know we're not at the end of the party.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we've got another session, so you'll get a chance.
So,
I'm
Yeah.
sure
I have
someone
so many
will.
people I want to talk to.
I just have to
Lucian's
practice
for
my
sure
Joan Jett.
Lucian's gonna want to meet Breve after the disappointment with him.
yes!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
god,
gonna be
yes.
so good.
Are we, Josh? Are we going to Are we gonna have a session where like the heroes are approaching people, or?
I think that if here's what I'll say: if you next session, if it's your turn and you want to take on the role of a hero rather than a jewel crab, that's your choice.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you wanted to be Sam instead of Niramore because you felt like you did everything Niramore wanted to do, you can do that.
Okay.
It's funny because I thought of that as well and realized that there's just no chance that the answer for Colin is anything other than like trying to stay with Lucian at this party.
Miramore thinks Cullen is a genius though, because
Yeah.
she's not aware of the whole kind of structure of things.
Yeah.
So
To be
she's
fair,
like,
he
"Oh my
also
God."
is a genius.
He's literally a genius, though, is the thing.
Yes.
Fair. No, but she's like super excited to like have
He has
talked
the
to him
highest
about
possible
that.
intelligence.
As just speaking as Q for a second, I honestly have no idea where Lucian would be without Colin.
Yeah.
Like,
But that so goes both ways.
It does, yeah. They need each other. They're soulmates.
So part of Sam's thing that I think was in the character sheet is that she obviously like loves her team, but she's kind of jealous of how close Colin is with Lucian. Like she wants to be Lucian's best friend, and she's like,
Oh,
yeah, good luck tapping into that. This
I
is
know.
a
Yeah.
tight bond. Yeah. That's okay. Well, Lucian's into Constance, and if what I recall is correct, Lucian is not the only hero who's into Constance. Because I think Josh planted some. Scandal in our
Very
character
sweet.
sheets.
Listen,
I know,
you
I
interpreted what I said. I was very vague.
he did
True.
he did write that like that Sam and Constance are like best girlfriends. So
Mhm.
there's a lot of like interweaving things.
Wait, we should have a double date scene with Itzamna just like awkwardly, just like, this is great!
I love scandalous romantic subplots so much.
Both Lucian and Colin think they're on the double date with Constance.
My heart.
no.
Ah, these heroes.
God, I love the heroes so much, you guys.
I feel like also do a heroes campaign.
Yes. We might need to, Josh, we might need to do a heroes spin-off at some point. Just like a campaign with just them.
New Zealand campaign is heroes.
I could see that happening.
They've already got such a rich story.
Yeah.
And I just like, because like Sam's way more kind of outgoing and reckless than Niramore, where Niramore's like, okay, I'm going to think about this. But Sam's just like, all right, jump into the fucking hot springs. I don't know.
I'm glad that you guys like the heroes so much because I specifically made them to be like, this is a team of young people who are just like completely likable. Who, if I basically was like, if I was watching this show, what kind of team would I like best?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally the heroes.
It's totally the heroes. It's not the jewel crowns.
Rassy of D&D, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would enjoy the jewel crabs, but they wouldn't be my team. Like if this was a sport I was
That would
enjoying.
be the heroes.
Yeah, the jewel crabs would be the ones where you're like, wow, they're interesting. I wonder what like weird subplot they're gonna get into next while you're rooting for the heroes.
Yeah.
Right, like while you're at home watching Harp waving a little pennant that says the heroes.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh, the jewel crabs, they're cool too.
I think I'd be obsessed with the jewel crabs. I'd be like, what are these crazy fuckers up to? Because so much weird stuff happens around them. Like they just kind of fall into these situations.
What happened to? Are we gonna get any insight into what happened to our viewer base after Grom left?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
so it's not known yet. It's not
Yeah,
public.
I mean the news just got out. I'm like in this room.
Because Grom was like pretty popular, right?
Yeah, Grom's probably the second most popular member of your team.
Mm-hmm.
After Breve.
No, after Moana.
Middle-aged women.
After Moana?
People
okay.
love Moana.
People love Moana, yeah.
Weird. I don't know why.
Honestly,
I love Moana.
It's probably just because of Bix.
I've been meaning to give you guys this is something I'm gonna be employing in the second half.
Yeah, we haven't actually done much
I'm
PR.
gonna start giving you guys fame points.
Ooh.
Basically we're gonna record how famous you are in a numerical system. And that will affect how
weird.
people behave around you.
All right.
By the way,
So
speaking
when you
of
have a charisma -1,
speaking of just like the second half, during whatever is happening right now, whoever Nyx is currently talking to, whoever it is, he's literally just saying, I think I should get a sword.
Awesome. Cool.
All right.
Amazing.
Good session, you guys. This was a lot of fun.
It's
was. I like
literally
the mingling
it's
of
the
the
first
teams.
thing I've ever done in this apartment.
Oh,
Like
yay!
literally,
Right.
like I just pulled in like the last boxes, and I was like hurrying to set up the laptop. I'm like, oh no,
I
we're
sincerely
gonna
hope
miss
this is
it.
the first thing we do in New Zealand.
Yeah,
Are
there you
you-
go.
Me
It's the
too.
ideal.
All right,
Are
but
you
that
guys-
being said, I am so hungry.
Go eat.
Yeah.
Are you
Okay.
guys roommates or is
All
Tig
right.
just helping you move?
What was that, Val?
Are you guys roommates or is Tig just helping you
No,
move?
Tig just help me move.
Tig's
No,
just the best.
I would not be roommates with Tig stinky feet. No, my brother is moving in sometime mid-February.
You
So-
did mention that at the thing, yeah. Cool. Very cool.
But for now, it's my apartment, baby.
Woo, woo.
Well, I guess Mombus lives here too. Although I haven't seen her much today, so.
Columbus's apartment.
Wanda? You can walk around naked. It's good.
That's what I said. And my friend was like, you shouldn't say that in front of your neighbors. And I was like, look, it's the truth.
I know.
Look,
Who's
Alright.
gonna judge you, Wombus? Wombus walks around naked all day.
Wombus
Wombus
walks
is
around naked all the time.
constantly naked.
I can't even do
Like,
that
it's a
here because
little
I live on the first floor of
Wombus has got her butt out
urban street.
all the time.
Her little balloon knot is just like hanging out.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Oh, Georgia, I'd love to, once you're settled in, I'd love to come.
Oh, absolutely. Everyone's coming to visit. It'll be amazing.
Yeah. House party at
Hell
Georgia's
yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'll maybe have a mattress. And places for people to sit. So we can all look forward to that.
I slept on an air mattress in my first apartment for like a year. Don't worry
Yeah,
about it. It
I mean,
happens.
And if you have a decent futon cushion, you can always improvise a mattress like I did.
yeah, that's I'm getting a mattress cover for it, so
Hey,
a real
Georgia.
nice. Yes.
You didn't see,
Do-
but everyone else can tell you I improvised a mattress, except for Val. Val wasn't there.
I don't know.
Can't take
I
it.
believe you.
I improvised a mattress.
There you go.
No, when I moved into my first apartment with Eric, we slept on an air mattress for like a year, and it got to
man.
a point where like it would deflate throughout the night. So every morning,
I remember
Yep.
that. You would wake up on the floor.
Yeah, that's what I'm pretty sure is gonna happen here too.
In all honesty, Georgia, we're gonna be like selling or otherwise just getting rid of our whole bed and mattress setup before we move because there's no way we're gonna move that with us. So if you want a queen size mattress and an IKEA bed frame,
Well, that's the problem is like all of my sheets and stuff are for full size. So I'm just planning to get a full size mattress at some point. So I don't have to buy a whole new set of sheets and things.
makes
So-
sense.
I have a recommendation for you, Georgia.
Okay.
I got a full size mattress from Walmart, and it was like, I think it's like $200, which sounds like a lot, but as for a mattress, it's
No,
relatively cheap.
Walmart has
And it
definitely
lasted forever.
filled so many gaps in my life.
Yeah.
Embarrassingly, but like
No,
the
not
stuff
at all.
I buy from Walmart has lasted me a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought a mattress from Walmart and I slept on it until I moved here and got a new mattress. So.
Yeah. All right, guys.
I will say
I-
there's a lot of. Oh, sorry. You can go.
Yeah, sorry. I'm like, I haven't eaten anything all day, so I gotta go.
I have a coffee table I'm otherwise going to just throw out if you need a coffee table.
Ooh, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll talk to my brother.
Mhm.
He might be looking for more surfaces. All right. That was a really fun session, guys.
Got a new coffee
Have a
table.
good night. Have a good food.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Congrats on your new place.
Congrats.
Thank you. We did
Congratulations.
it.
Welcome home.
And
Yay.
we helped.
You sure did. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Just take-
Bye.
All right.